Alright, so for the second part of the video, we're going to get to these equations where we have to change both equations in order to eliminate first, right? The first ones we did were ready to eliminate. Then we did two where we had to change one equation. Now we got to change both, okay? But here's a little trick to make it easier. It's not as bad as it sounds, okay? So number 5, we got negative 7x minus 5y equals 4, and 3x plus 6y equals 6. Okay, now, we are going to take a little more time to show you how to set these up, because I do want to show you that it doesn't matter which letter you cancel out. Some people prefer to get rid of the x, some people prefer to get rid of the y. Okay, so I'm going to split this up. I'm going to show how to get rid of the x first. Okay, so these are not opposites. I can't even multiply one. I can't multiply 3 to make 7, right? So here's the trick. Just multiply it by the other number. So I'm going to take this 7x, and I'm going to multiply the top equation by a 3. I'm going to take this bottom equation, 3x, and multiply the other one, which is a 7. Okay? And that's all you really have to do. Multiply it by the other number. The part you got to think about carefully, though, is the sign. Remember, I want this to turn out to be the same number, opposite sign. So let's kind of make a prediction and see if it's good or if we have to go back and change the sign. So this will be 3 times negative 7. That'll give me a negative 21x, right? This one will be a positive 7 times a positive 3. That's a positive 21x. And see, that's what we want. That is going to cancel out when we do it. That's opposites. Okay? So, let's go ahead and do that. So, if I multiply every part on the top equation by 3, I'm going to get negative 21x. 3 times negative 5y is negative 15y. Equals 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? Now I'm going to go to the second equation. I'm going to multiply everything by 7. I'm doing different things to each equation. So now it's 7 times 3x, positive 21x. 7 times positive 6y. Positive 42y is what that equals. And then 7 times 6, 42 on this side. Now think about why we did that, right? So in this case, I did that. These are opposites, they will cancel. Okay? And then you'll combine and solve from here. Now let's switch it up. Let's see what would happen if we canceled the y first. Okay? So let me erase this. So now we're going to go back to the original equations. And now I'm going to cancel the y's. I got this 5 and 6. So remember what we're going to do? We're going to multiply by the other one. So I'm going to take this 5 and multiply by the other y, which is a 6. And then I'm going to take this 6y and multiply by the other one, which is a 5. And then before we do, let's make a prediction. Make sure it'll be opposite signs. 6 times negative 5 is negative 30y. Positive 5 times positive 6, positive 30y. Those are opposites. Those will cancel. That's what we want. Okay? So, let's multiply it out. 6 times negative 7x, negative 42x. 6 times negative 5y, negative 30y. Equals 6 times 4, 24. Now we're going to do something different to the second one. We said we're going to multiply the second equation by 5. So 5 times 3x is positive 15x. 5 times positive 6y is positive 30y. And then 5 times 6 is 30. And now look, we did that. So now the y's are opposites, they will cancel. So you'll combine the x's and solve. Alright, so here's what I want you to do. So whichever way you liked, pick one of these and finish the problem. Okay, so pause the video. Now that we've done the setup together, this is the hard part. The rest is solving like before. So pause it, solve it, and then unpause it to see what you got, if you got the right answer. And then we'll go to the next one. Alright, so whichever way you chose to set it up, you should have gotten this answer. Negative 2 for the x, positive 2 for the y for number 5. Okay? Let's do one more like this where we have to switch both equations. Once again, we'll talk about getting rid of the x and getting rid of the y. So let's talk about eliminating the x first. So look at this equation. Look at this equation. Multiply by the other one, right? So to make these the same, if I take the 10 and multiply it by a 3, that'll make a positive 30, right? Then if I take this 3 and multiply it by the other one, which is 10, Ah, that'll make 30x too. See, these are not opposites, right? So this is where you got to think for a minute. I need one of these to be negative. It doesn't matter which one. So that basically what that means is I need to make one of these negative. Doesn't matter. So when you do it on your own, just pick one. Here, I'll just make the 3 negative. So now when we multiply this out, negative 3 times 10 is negative 30x. Negative 3 times negative 2, positive 6y. Negative 3 times 24 is negative 72. Then I go to the second one, multiply everything by a positive 10. We didn't change the sign of this one. Positive 10 times positive 3 is positive 30x. Positive 10 times positive 9 is positive 90y. Equals positive 10 times negative 20, negative 120. So once again, do you see why it was important for us to switch one of the signs? Because instead of 2 positive 30s, I need 1 negative, 1 positive. Those eliminate, and then I can solve for y first there. Alright, but just so you can see, it doesn't matter where I start. Now let's look at getting rid of the y's first. So focus on these y's. I need them to be the same number but opposites. So this 2, I'm going to multiply by a 9. This 9, I'm going to multiply by a 2. Now let's make sure it's ready to go, or we have to change the sign. This is 9 times negative 2. That'll be negative 18y. This 2 times positive 9 is positive 18y. Those are opposites. Those will cross out, so I don't have to change anything here. I'm ready to do it. So 9 times 10x is 90x. 9 times negative 2y is negative 18y. And 9 times 24 is going to be 216. Now we're going to do the bottom equation, timesing everything by 2. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times positive 9y is positive 18y. And 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. And that's what we want. So now when we look here, we can see these 18s, negative 18, positive 18y, cancel out. So you can start with this or with this. So once again, pause the video, finish one of these. They're going to both be the same answer. And then unpause it to see what you got here. Okay, so either way, you should have gotten x is 2, y is negative 2. Alright, and that's how you eliminate. Sometimes you don't have to change anything. Sometimes you got to change one. Sometimes you got to change both equations. But remember, your goal is to get something to be the opposite to cross out. Combine it, solve for whatever letter you have first. Plug it back in, solve for the other letter. Write your answer like a point. Okay, so go ahead and do some of the practice on your own now.